All right, so class start now. We're currently on recording. All right, so good. Um, I have my material on the screen, and I'm going to be speaking to this material right here. Okay, so this is the second week, and so it shows why you've not really missed much. You were absent in just one class, and the same thing happens to our friend over there too. Sorry, I'm trying to get pick that up now. All right, you only missed just a section two. All right, so we'll find a way to bring you on board. If you look at what we have there, I said I'm going to start this section by trying to help you make sense of what you did in the last section. All right, even though you guys were absent, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so we'll say a review of the previous class. In the previous section, what we basically did was to unfold the agenda for the UTME class or section. All right. And what we did was to itemize a series of topics that we're going to be focusing on. And I refer to that as the UTME English language breakdown or concise breakdown. All right. For example, we talked about how we'll be going through some passages. I explained that most likely you might have to, learn how to deal with two passages. One of them is seen, the other is unseen. And one thing about these passages, all right, you have five questions on each one of them. For the questions, you must continue to remind yourself. Sometimes when you try to deal with these questions, they don't all seem difficult. For example, you could realize that, yeah, it's easy to find the answers to two questions or three questions, but the problem here is you can't just find the answers to all the questions, but you can find the answers to two or three. This is because passages at this level are put together for two reasons. One, explicit reason, two, implicit reason. Explicit, explicit. Explicit means external. All right, so some of the questions are actually going to be direct. It shouldn't be difficult for you to spot the answers at all. All right, and I'm sure that's your experience. It's not going to be difficult to spot the answers. But there are those ones that you will have to rack your brain. All right, some people say crack your brain, which is bad English. You may have to rack your brain, try to see what's the answer, you go back. And that looks like it wastes your time. You must understand that, yes, that is expected. All right, so your text or your passages are going to come in this form. So you're going to have that part that you can just readily find the answers to, and there's going to be another part where it seems the answers are not just forthcoming, and that's because that section focuses on what you call implicit study. Well, but then it's my responsibility, or one of my jobs is to help you see how you can actually decipher implicit information. Then we also went on to talk to the students about the seriousness of synonyms and antonyms. As a matter of fact, if you go through your past question paper and if you've had experience before, you will realize that about 40% of those questions are actually word-based. I like to tell my students that the UTME is word heavy. When you say something is word heavy, it simply means that yeah. Well, Benita, you're welcome. Yeah, you can actually mute, please. All right. It simply means success, in this exam depends on your knowledge of words. All right, Benita, good to have you. It's a second section here, and you have some of your friends also in with us. All right, so good to see you. We're still working on the first bullet point, a review of the previous class, and that's what I'm trying to put together for these brilliant minds. All right, so the first thing we've told them is there are going to be two passages, and there's no doubt about that. And they're also aware there might be a need for them to learn how to deal with implicit information, which is harder compared to explicit information. And right there you came in, we're talking about words and their meanings. And I did emphasize that the UTME is word heavy. When you say something is word heavy, it means it depends on words. Your success in this exam will likely depend on your familiarization with words, how much you're familiar with words. You can think about it. 10 words on synonyms, 10 words on antonyms. That's 20 questions out of 60. I mean, that's a lot. All right, which simply means if you are not word loaded, if you have not been able to upgrade or get yourself to be more acquainted with the meanings of words, one may not actually put up a good performance, not because they are not brilliant, it's just because they didn't take their knowledge of words seriously. And I tell students, word learning is a serious business. All right, for you to know the meaning of some words, it's a serious business. It's not magical. It's not about luck. It's not about favor. It's not about, well, I'm not interested. It's big work. All right. So behind, if you find anyone who uses some interesting ways, some eye-falutin ways, and that tend to bamboozle anyone, or you get into the exam, you see words like sly, you see words like exacerbate, you see words like escapade, escorium, and all of those things. The examiners are not trying to intimidate you. They're just trying to find out what have you done with your time. All right, because they actually expect you to part of your time should be spent trying to get familiar with words. That's what they're trying to do. All right, so I'm going to allow you guys to respond very quickly. Um, so whoever wishes to start first anyway, so I'm not going to call them for now. Whoever wishes to start first, you can just unmute and talk to us. All right, in recent times, let's say within the space of 7 days, in the last 7 days, did you come across any new word for you that, okay, this word is new? All right, can you tell us what the word was and the meaning, most likely, and perhaps the source? How did you come across this word? So let's find out. In the last 7 days, has anyone in the last 7 days? I beg your pardon. In the last 7 days, has any one of us come across a word who will say this word is new? Remember, when a word is new, it's just new for you, not new for everyone. All right. Maybe this word is new. I just came across this word for the first time. Well, that's fine. That's what I'm asking you to do. It doesn't mean the word is going to be new to every person here. All right. And who knows, it might also be new to us. After all, the English language has the richest vocabulary in the world. All right. Thank you. So you can unmute and talk to me. Who learned some words recently? You can please unmute. Who is talking to us? Sarah, can you talk to us? I think you came in last. You joined the inspection, Can you talk to us? Did you learn any word in the last 7 days? Isholo, can you please respond? Did you learn any word in the last 7 days? Confidence? Talk to us. Did you learn any word in the last 7 days? Hello. I need to be sure you guys can hear me. No one is talking to us. What's happening? Benita, are you saying you didn't learn any word in the last 7 days? Is that what it is?
Sir, I did, sir, but I can't pronounce it.
Okay, can you spell it?
Okay, sir. PER SPI.
Sorry,
PER.
Okay.
Yes. SPI.
Is this pacification or perspire?
I don't think
Okay,
so.
go ahead. PRSPI, okay?
CA.
CA.
CIOUS.
CIOUS. Perspicacious. Okay. Thank you. And did you bother to find the meaning of that word?
No, sir.
And how did you come across the word?
Jump CPT pass question.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, thank you. Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. You see, the essence of having to go through stuff like this is I also have that too. Okay, Stephanie, you're welcome. I also have that too in my presentation. We're going to look at that too. Okay, when you are reading, I'm going to talk to you about some of the intelligent ways you can gather words, intelligent ways you can learn about words, you can build your vocabulary. And once you come across them, one thing students tend to do is they tend to dismiss the word. All right, so you have to be very careful not to dismiss any word. Once you come across it and the word is new, what that simply means is you have an opportunity to learn a new word. All right, you have an opportunity to learn a new word, and you just have to learn it. All right, so take for example, she talks about perspicacious. Perspicacious is a people adjective. When you say people adjective, it's a word that is used to describe people. All right, perspicacious is basically being used to describe people who have quick ability, people who are sharp, people who are smart, all right, people who understand something in a very fast way, they can notice something in a very fast way, and that's perspicacious for you. Now, it's also, I would also be helping you to see how you are able to remember some of your words. I call them your games. For example, this could be a new word for some of us in the house, all right, it's a new word. And interestingly, it's one of the ways you can actually build up your vocabulary. So what do? You just have to write down the word. In case you have trouble trying to spell it, in case you have trouble trying to spell it, I'm going to help you with that. Maybe saying, write that or include that in the list of the words I plan for our word was. And that's just the way it works. It doesn't go beyond that. And thank you very much. So do we have another person with a new word experience in the last 7 days? Titilola, you're welcome. Good to see you. Any person with another new word in the last 7 days? I wish that we didn't learn any word in the last 7 days. All right. So who's actually shy here? Or eclectic? Or Stephanie says she learned about eclectic. All right, Stephanie, did you bother to check the meaning of the word eclectic?
Yes, I did.
And what did you find about eclectic?
I think it's a combination of two things. Like I saw it in a book I was reading, and it was giving um, examples of curriculum. So it was stating that there are three types. I can't remember the types, but I know that the third one is eclectic, meaning that it's a combination of the first and the second type.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for that contribution. She just blessed us with another word. In case that word is new, so can you see you've actually learned two words by being around your friends and by learning together in a group, and that's the way it works. So that word is eclectic, even though it's popularly pronounced as eclectic, but that's eclectic. All right. So the anointed Akinwale, oh, good to see you. So do you? All right. So Akinwale, good to see you. Thank you. All right, in case I think as the class progresses, we get to know more people and we get to see how we can also make our own contribution. All right, thank you. So let's progress with this section. All right, thank you. We're just talking about how this exam is word heavy, and by saying it's word heavy simply means success in it will largely depend on our ability to be able to understand the meanings of words. Okay, and we just saw that. You can imagine if it were to be a real exam today, and you came across the word perspicacious, most likely you'd have resorted to guessing, which is not the best way, and or you came across the word eclectic, and it's not a familiar word. All right, so you must understand that. Well, the best thing anyone can do is to champion their own success. All right, to determine their own success. And how do you do that? I'll tell you. Well, I'm going to be doing a little bit of motivation too. All right, I'm going to tell you it's going to come with a sacrifice. Anything good you see, anything interesting you see, would never come without sacrifice. But then I know you guys are really up to that. All right, so that's it. Now, introduction to the English vocabulary is what we're going to be doing. And I also have I'm reading out our outline for today. We have the tiers of words. We have distinguishing between synonyms and antonyms, which is something very easy to do. Intelligent ways to build words. Then I have two quizzes for us. The first one is called a closed procedure quiz, and the second one is word gamification quiz. Now, the second one may actually be sent to you as homework, which is a word gamification quiz, and then I have what I call the word walk for the week. So in a week, I propose us learning maybe 40 words. Now, you may be wondering, oh, 40, that's a whole lot of words to learn. Well, guess what? How long is this exam? All right. I mean, you realize the exam is very close. Give and take, you're talking about 7, 8 weeks. So if how do you want to go about it? You just have to run. All right. And one way to run is you have to learn more words per week. All right. Don't like say, okay, I'm going to learn five. Five is not going to, I'm afraid. So if you decide to learn five per week, it simply means at the end of the preparation, most likely you have learned less than 50 words for this kind of exam. It doesn't make any sense, and the piece of preparation is not intensive. All right, so and that's why I'm proposing 40. Yeah, I'm proposing 40. Okay. And I would also be talking to you on how best you can benefit from these 40 words. I can, is it possible to be able to remember them? Remember, the essence of learning the word is to be able to remember them and also to be able to apply them. All right, so thank you. So we already have our outline. And I also have this as part of the outline, but well, that depends on if we have much time in our hands, or perhaps this is going to be proposed for the next section. So this is, remember, it's lexics and structure, they call it lexics and structure. So lexics simply means words. For those who were in that last section, when you talk about lexics, it simply means a test on the meanings of words. And that's where you're tested on synonyms and antonyms. All right, so my plan is to, for every section I have the opportunity to take, we're going to be focusing on both of them. So we'll do a bit of lexics and also do a bit of structure, depending what we introduce the other part of the section. There are just 3 sections, or 4. So you have the reading part, which is the passage, which we're going to introduce here. Then we'll have the lexics, we'll have the structure, and then we'll have the oral part. So these are the 4 major categorizations of this exam. You have to be well grounded in these 4 areas. All right, so, but then every section I ensure at least we focus on the 2 sides of this whole thing. So let's see. My slide here says the English language is the richest in terms of words. This is because of the different ways of amassing words. The English language has amassed words in the following ways. All right, I'm going to allow you guys to respond to that question. If you're familiar with what we call fact and opinion, all right, is this an opinion or this is a fact that the English language is the richest in terms of words? All right, and if this were to be a fact, okay, from your own experience, what does your experience say about it? Does your experience seem to agree that, yeah, most likely the English language should be the richest in terms of words? For example, I'm proposing some reasons why science says it is the richest in terms of words. All right, it's not saying maybe it's the most interesting or the most enjoyed language. That's not what it's saying. You're just saying that in terms of words, when you begin to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the English language has the highest number of words you can imagine when compared to other languages. And there are reasons for this. All right, look at these various ways the English language. How is it? If somebody has got, just like think about Dangote, the richest man, how has he been able to acquire this wealth? It keeps amassing billions, almost on a daily basis. It gets billions and all of those things. Now the question is, where is this coming from? All right, so when we say the English language is the richest in terms of words, simple question, where are these words coming from? I mean, where is it getting these words from? And I'm telling you, the English language gets these words through what we call clipping or blending. We have what we call roots, what we call the family tree, then we have what we call the importation, and sometimes we call that exodus. You have the inflexification, you have the anglicization, and then we have the eventualization. All right, these are few ways that the English language has continued to amass words. So let's allow you can actually omit. Which one of them can you relate to? Which one of them? Which one of them do you seem to be familiar with? I think I am familiar with how the English language gets new words through roots. Oh, I'm familiar with how the English language gets new words through clipping and blending. So can you talk to us? All right, you can unmute now. So who talks to us? Suzanne says the writing is not clear, but I need to find out from the other, because sometimes it could be a local issue. By local issue, it could be something you are experiencing only, and not everyone is experiencing that. All right, so is anyone finding that difficult to see? It's actually typed, so yeah, okay. See, Akiwale just responded to that. It should be from your end. Thank you very much, Akiwale. Just as I've said, it could be a local thing. So it's actually a local thing. Check your internet, fix it. You may need to relog in. You'll be fine. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Akiwale, for that contribution as well. Okay. I just noticed Eniola joined the class too. Okay. So Stephen is trying to also advise you on what you can do. I can also do that too. That you can zoom it. Yeah, you can also do that. Yeah, you can also do that. So that's no big deal here. All right, thank you. Okay, so you guys, so we talked to us about. I just asked. These are some of the ways the English language has been able to amass words. It keep getting words. By the way, in case you're wondering, we're talking about words, yes, because your exam lectures and I mean, talk about the lectures, 20 questions. All right. Even when you think about the statement interpretation, okay, Eniola, okay, oh, thank you, Mr. Lutashu. Okay, good. Even when you think about statement interpretation, to which you're familiar with, it is still a test. It is still a lexical test. And when we say lexical, it's still a test on vocabulary. Take, for example, you're asked to choose the option that best interpret this statement. My uncle is a sly. I mean, there's no big deal there. It's just the meaning of the word sly. So even when you talk about statement interpretation, it still borders on the knowledge of words. So when you look at the example, just as I've mentioned, I mean, it's word heavy. So you cannot, you just have to take words as a serious business. All right, thank you. Let me help you with some of them. Maybe while I leave. Okay, let's start with clipping. When we talk about clipping, this is the way clipping works. Okay, just wait. I need to move us to a different slide now. Oh, can you please? You're actually on the live section. Whoever that is, you can please, just mute for the live section. Um, in the live that is you, can you please mute? Yeah, it's a live section, please. All right, and the video would most likely go beyond these four walls. All right, thank you. All right, let's start with clipping. We'll talk about clipping. Just wait. I want to move us to another slide where I will have the opportunity to annotate.
I'm sorry, sir. I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Are we talking about how English words are formed or something like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. We actually started by making a bold claim, and our claim is that the English language is the richest in terms of words. So we need to support this claim. And so it's just like somebody says, oh, this guy is the richest person here. I mean, one should begin to ask questions. How is it? Where does he get his own money from? So this looks like where has the English language got its word from? So the first one we have here is, I talked about clipping or blending. Think about this word. I'm sure some of us are familiar with this word, edutainment. Are you familiar with this word, edutainment? Is anyone familiar with edutainment? I'm sorry, I might not be able to see my, the chat room now. All right, so I'll prefer you just say it out. Okay. So edutainment. Okay. If you look at the word edutainment, can you try Sholua? Are you not familiar with this word? Does this sound strange to you? Edutainment?
It
Susan,
sounds
can you
true.
try? Oh
It's
wow.
entertainment. No. It's
Okay,
something like
okay.
education joined with entertainment.
God bless you. And that's what you call clipping. Now, yeah, God bless everyone. You see, that's what we mean by clipping. All right. It's only in the English language you can find, I mean, this kind of mystery. All right. Other languages don't do such. Okay. Other classes don't do, sorry, other languages don't do such. But we'll find that with the English language. And if you can do something like this, it means you can have more words. So this is the combination, just as she has mentioned, this is the combination of the word education and the word entertainment. All right. Then you clip them, you blend them, and then you have a new word. All right. You also have the same thing for infotainment. And when you talk about infotainment, that is information plus entertainment. And when we say infotainment, it simply means that, all right, a kind of you are being provided with solid information, but in an entertaining way. That's infotainment. All right. You also have what we call flabberwhelm. You see, flabberwhelm is coming from two big words. Let me see if I can write flabberwhelm here. Sorry, Mr. Lota is going to get me technology that will help me to do this better. Uh, so this is flabberworm. You see, flabberworm is also a function of clipping. Flabber, this is coming from the word flabbergasted, and the worm here is coming from overworm. So flabberworm is a combination of flabber plus worm. So you have flabberworm. You see, the English language does a lot of that. So that's clipping for you. All right. So if you're any language that can do this, surely should be able to have more ways than we can imagine. Then number two, we talk about roots. The English language also amasses words through roots. When you talk about roots, roots simply means, take for example, that's prefixation, and we talk about affixation. And when you talk about affixation, you're talking about your prefix and your suffix. All right, so who tells us the difference between them? What's the difference between what's the prefix and what's the suffix? With an example. So who helps with this? There might be a prize for this. So who goes?
Prefix is a word before a root word, while suffix is added to the ending. For example, talking about Lego, illegal, that ILL is prefix. And talking about legally, that LY is suffix.
Good. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. And that's the explanation. So prefixation and suffixation. All right. So just the word pre itself, pre tells us it's coming before it. So when you add a morpheme, as we call it technically speaking, when you add the number, one or two letters to an existing word, which we call a base word, all right, you have a new word. You can imagine somebody saying ungrateful. It's a very funny way how this guy come about their new word. So there's this word called grateful. So there's this word called grateful, and then you have this now. So if you're adding this one on, okay, you can see most likely you're having a new word, okay, and then you say, oh, you know what, this is ungrateful. So this is on, okay. Now, if you add it to the word grateful, that's a new word. And then these are two different words. You wouldn't say, oh, grateful is the same thing as ungrateful. That's not correct, all right? Grateful is a positive adjective, while ungrateful is a negative adjective. So you have two words already. So they also come up with new words. All they do is think in terms of roots. Can we have a prefix? Can we have a suffix? Now, the next one is the family tree. And when you talk about the family tree, this has to do with ways, functioning as family. Ways actually function as family. All right, let's think about one good example. Okay, let's look at this word. This word belongs to, it belongs to a family, fantasy. So if you look at this word fantasy, there are other words in this same class, all right? For example, if you think about the word fantasize, it's one of the family members. I mean, it's coming from the word Fanta. So you have fantasize, okay? You have fantasy, you have fantastic. Everything is coming from that Fanta. I don't know whether unfortunately, I don't like Fanta anyway. So everything is coming from Fanta. Okay, that's what we call family tree. All these words are coming from the same thing. It just looks like the Englishman is playing on words. So you have fantasy, you have fantastic, you have fantasize, you also have fantastical. Everything is coming from fantasy, all right? So you can see that's an example of family tree, words that belong to the same family. Another one is you can think about the word convince, conviction, convincingly. They're all coming from the word convince. Convince, a verb, conviction, a noun, convincingly, an adverb. You can think about another one. Let's think about this word, create. This word, what are the other words that belong to the same family as the word create? If you look at the word create, you have creation, you have creative, you have creativity, you have creatively. All these words belong to the same family. You can see they're all coming from the word create. Create, creation, creative, creatively. They are coming from. So we call them family tree, all right? Words that belong to the same family. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to send this one very quickly. to the group WhatsApp, so you can pick it up after the class. Okay, or perhaps I send everything at the end of the section. So I have sent it to my own personal space. I'll send it back maybe at the end of the section. All right, so, and that simply means I can erase everything I've done here. Already have it saved. All right, so never worry. Don't get yourself bothered about this. And meanwhile, you can also make jottings. It's also okay, good. It's also helpful that this is also live recording, and so there's no problem. We can go back. It's going to be uploaded maybe in less than, most likely, in less than, let's say 2 hours. We should be able to have it there. Okay, for a review, for a replay, and all of those things. All right, so I want somebody to help me with this. I'm working on family tree. Can you help me with what are the words that belong to this tree? You know, just like you have a word here, another one here, another one here, another one here. So it looks like these are 4 words. All these words belong to the same family. All right, so let's try for this word, beautiful. Can you think of the family members for this word, beautiful? All right, so who goes? Who tries? Can you try come up with the shades? Other ways that will be drawing their extension from the word beautiful. So they belong to the same family. Okay, confidence, can you try? I'm afraid I might just be calling the name randomly. So I don't really, it doesn't mean there's a preference, please. There's no preference. All right, maybe I have the name even written out. So I'm just calling them. I really don't know whom I'm calling. All right, but then, so just keep calling the name randomly. All right, so in case I call you, do not think there's nothing really personal about it. I just have, you can see, you guys all have your, videos, you have a camera turned up. So I don't really know who I'm actually referring to. All right, but then that makes a lot of sense. So because so everybody can have fair hearing, everybody has opportunity. And like I've also mentioned, you can also unmute and talk to us for your contribution. It makes a lot of sense. All right, thank you. Okay, so confidence, if you can, if confidence is not talking, maybe she needs some time. All right, somebody else can just talk. Can you help us with the root, the family tree for the word beautiful?
Beautiful, beauty, beautifying, and
Okay.
beautify.
Okay, beauty, beautify, and what again?
Beauty, beautifying, and beauty.
Okay. Okay, beautifying, beauty. Okay. Then we can also have beautifully. Okay, we can also have beautifully. All right, that is just the way it works. All right, so you must understand that this is the way. I mean, think about the word, from the word beauty, you have the word beautify. The English market, that's another word. You have the word beautiful. The English market, that's another word. So you can just think about it from that perspective. All right, then the next one is word importation. Just the same way we also import, the English language also import words. But import simply means they also go to other languages to bring their words back. All right.
Yeah.
So okay. Susan, go ahead. I think you're trying to say something.
I had some other there are other words like family words for beautiful. We have lovely, we have gorgeous.
Oh, lovely, gorgeous. Yeah, I think those ones will fall under what we call connotation. They have a pattern. All right, those ones have, you can call them synonyms. They fall onto the pattern of we almost have it. They are family words, but they are not really extension. They are not extending from the word. If you look at them, like this beauty now, everything is drawing from beauty, beautiful, beautifully, beautify. Everything is coming from that word beauty. All right, so they are just like they're joy. They have the same sounding, right? Yeah, but the one you give to us is already very important. So you just give us pattern, words with the same pattern in terms of meaning. All right. So they have the same pattern. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So once there are other contribution, please. Everybody has a floor. All right. So I'm just going to pause, allow you to also make a contribution if there is any. And if you've got a question too, please ask the questions. All right. So if you think about importation, just like I've mentioned, I did say the English language goes on, not if you think about Nigeria now, we say, we like imported a lot, we like to import things. But the English language also import words. All right. Except that they don't import much, but they import words. Take for example, I don't know. Does your own dictionary contain this word fufu? Who has seen this word in the dictionary? You've not seen this. Or who has seen this word? Gary? Has anyone seen this? Okay, no one has seen this. All right. Yeah, yeah, you can find that. Okay, I just had to use some local words. That is to tell you how so interesting the Englishman could be. You could just go on to import words. Think about all that. Now let's go more technical. Let's go more technical. Think about this word beret. I think some of us grew up pronouncing this as beret. So this beret, beret is not an English word. All right, beret is coming from French. Okay, you also have chofu. Tofu is not, it's not an English word, it's also coming from, tofu is coming from French. Okay, you have this word, sendai. Sendai is coming from Latin. Okay, so the Englishman has really allowed himself to borrow a lot of words. Even when you talk about Charlie, Charlie is also coming from French. So if you think about the word curricula, curricula is coming from Latin. Okay, so the English language borrows words a lot. Yeah, and if you think of the word cascade, cascade is coming from German. Now, there are today English words, all right? But then originally they were not English words. They just came into that language, all right, through importation of words. Now, and that would lead us to anglicization. Oh, can you see? As I said, it's all fufu in dictionary. Yeah, they're there. You see, it's fufu an English word, but it's in the dictionary today. More ways. But then if I speak the Yoruba language, and I'm not sure if you're a Yoruba person, you can also attest to that. Like, the same thing happens to you, Igbo, Hausa. I'm not sure you guys have seen in your own language, okay, that today we're going to add, but think about it too. Sometimes too, we have also borrowed their words. All right. If you can imagine two Yoruba person speaking, and say, okay, apologies, I'm going to translate this. Then it says, let's say mother and daughter. And the mother says to the daughter, "Bamu phone." It simply means, can I have that phone? That's the translation. Can I have that phone? All right. But that phone, the word phone is not a Yoruba word too. You see, we've also borrowed their word. So when I use the word phone too, even when we speak our language, when I speak Yoruba, I can use the word phone. All right. The same thing happens to you too when you also speak your language. You could also use phone. But you must understand, yeah, that's it. We borrow their words too. Okay, we must understand that. So if they have borrowed us and they can now say fufu, yeah, we have also started saying, we've started using their words too. And that is tell you how interesting, words could be. Then let's look at inflexification. Now, by inflexification, what that means is, now, when this guy, okay, let's look at anglicization. Anglicization means when they now get your word, okay, when they get your word, for example, look at this word syllabus. Syllabus is not, at first it wasn't an English word. Syllabus is from Latin. So you see, this was syllabus. When the Englishman got it, he was told, see, this was syllabus. This is the plural. So when they did the translation, they say, okay, the plural is going to be syllabi. Okay, the syllabus is singular form, then the syllabi is the plural form. But guess what? The English language said, you know what? We have our own way, we have our own system of making something plural. And our system is to add ES or change something to IES. And that's why some English words today have two plural forms. That is anglicization because that word comes with its own plural form. But the English one is saying, well, we agree you guys have your plural form, but we also have our own way of creating plurals. And the Englishman, went ahead to introduce his own plural form, and that makes the word to have two plural form. An example is syllabus, syllabi, syllabuses, curriculum, curricula, curriculums. Okay, are you guys familiar with that? So we can give us another example of a word that has two plural forms. We've mentioned syllabus, syllabuses, syllabi, and we talk about curriculum, curricula, curriculums. So in case you're wondering, curriculums is correct, curricula is also correct. There's no difference between them. It's just a matter of anglicization. The Englishman saying, you know what, we have our plural form too. And that's it. Okay. All right, so that's it. And so if there are questions you can ask. We can talk about the last one now, which is inflexification. But let me take this off so we can look at that, inflexification. So we have seen very clearly today that the Englishman seems to be very clever. Oh, good. Medium, mediums, media. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. That's another one. Okay. So we have seen very clearly that the English language, or the Englishman as I like to call it, the Englishman is a very clever person. Very, very clever. He has got so many words. And that's why on a daily basis, on almost every year, it tells you there's a new edition, there's a new edition, there's a new edition, because he has got more words, he has got new words. Now, the last one is the inflexification. The Englishman also allows, imagine, the Englishman also allows you to create words yourself. I could create words myself. I don't need to, it does. Some people say, oh, if it's not in the dictionary, then it's not correct. That's not true. Through inflexification, you have the right to create words, but you have to follow some rules. Now, criteria. Oh, good. Yeah, thank you. Now, but you have the right to, you have to follow some rules. Inflexification now means you may not find this word in the dictionary, but it's correct. I can create it. The Englishman allows you, and that's what it calls inflexification. Can you see? So, the language just keeps going on. Is interesting. You can just also say, oh, okay, I want to create my own word, but then you have to follow some rules. All right, it doesn't just mean you wake up and say, okay, I've created one. Oh, no. You have to follow some rules. All right, for example, the Englishman allows us that if a word ends in M or N, he said, you know what? You can extend that word. How? By adding IZE. I feel like you call that IZE. He said you can do that, even though that does not exist before. Take, for example, if you think about the word ceremony, so you can talk about ceremonize and not minding its non-existence. Yeah, that's inflexification. It's a rule you have to follow, and that's the rule of M and N. If you think about the word solemnly, all right, the word is solemnly, you talk about solemnize, and that's correct. You think about the word, which word can you think of that ends in M or N? And I'm telling you, you can just add IZE. You have to get your own word. The Englishman allows it. Okay? And that's it. So if you look at what we've done so far, we've just told you that the English language, without doubt, is the richest in terms of words. Okay. Okay, have you got a question? Akinwale, please, have you got a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
You pronounce it as ceremonize. Is that the correct pronunciation?
The word ceremonize?
Yes.
Yes, that's it.
All right, sir. I'm just getting to hear that for the first time.
That's coming from the words. You have the words. The major word is ceremony, which is something we're all familiar with. Okay, the only thing I did was to change just to add IZE. So it's not the normal word ceremony. So you have the word ceremony that exists. Okay, that's the word that exists. Then more importantly, I also be since our friend has caught our attention to phonics a little bit. Now look at this word. Now you see this, the oh sorry, I missed it. You see the vowel sound. The vowel sound is a big deal. And how is that a big deal? We're going to find out. Okay, we're going to find out. Maybe when we get to our test of oral class, it's a big deal. Take, for example, for me, if I get my students not pronounce something correctly, I'm not, indeed, or anyone generally, I'm not even offended. It doesn't even hit me at all. And that's because there are hundreds of reasons why anyone should not pronounce word correctly, especially an English word. But that is not leeway for us not to make effort. Pronunciation of words, articulation of words will come with effort. Without effort, most likely, she might not be able to pronounce. In fact, the word you think you're pronouncing correctly, she might not be pronouncing it correctly. I'll give you two examples. You see, now look at this word. I think I shared this with some of my, those who were present. I just want Akiwale to know something about pronunciation. All right, so it's not an easy thing for people, and that makes a lot of sense. In fact, sometimes I tell people, wait, if you think that's not the way to pronounce, let's check the transcription, okay? Because that's the truth. Hundreds of ways that we don't pronounce correctly, except, and guess what? Something about articulation. Unless somebody brings it to your knowledge, you may not know it's wrong because there's no way to tell. Now look at this word. A lot of people will call this story. I remember growing up, this was story for me. In fact, and I know a lot of people up to this moment, they call this story. I mean, how do you guys pronounce this? Isn't this story time, stuff like that? All right, so, and yeah, but then look at, but this word is pronounced as story. Now, if somebody tells you, oh, story, you'd feel like, is it that crazy? But it's actually correct. That's story and not story. Okay, the problem is, you see this letter O, this O, it has the possibility of being pronounced differently. Now, you see, this is a problem. We just said that is story. Okay, no problem. Somebody said, oh yeah, no verse. Now look at this one. How different are they? Okay, now you're telling me that, okay, wait a minute, that now this one will now be O. So this is story. But this one is story. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what? S-O-R, is it not O-R-O-R? This is O-R, this is O-R. Please, that's pronounced R, not R. Okay, you say, okay, this is O-R and this is O-R. You're telling me this is O, story, but this one is O, you see. So if you get someone who pronounces a word incorrectly, the best anyone can do, it's no matter of intelligence, all right? It's just that maybe you are aware of it. You just need to share your awareness with them. It doesn't make you extra intelligent. It doesn't make you super intelligent. After all, somebody shared that with you. Okay, so it doesn't really count as big deal for me. All right. So before we move from this place, lastly, which something I also share with my my friends who were present in the last class, look at this word. You realize that, you see, so when it comes to pronunciation, a lot of intentionality is involved. Okay, so when someone pronounces something incorrectly, even if it will be a tutor, honestly, it doesn't in any way take anything from me. Maybe it's not aware. And now look at this break. Okay. Good. Look at this word. This is a break, no doubt about it. Of course, you say, oh, break. Is that not why you also pronounce this as breakfast? Because this is break, this is break. Yeah, now breakfast. But if I tell you breakfast is wrong, you see, it doesn't make sense. And that's why when it comes to sound, unless you have been made to be aware of it, you cannot tell whether you're pronouncing it the right way or the wrong way. So if there's anything you're pronouncing wrongly, even when we come to our test of oral class, all right, I realize that, oh, I didn't know. Or even get some English teachers pronounce that. Sincerely, it's not a test of intelligence. It's just a matter of awareness. Somebody is aware and the other is not yet aware. Not that it's not aware, it's not yet aware of that thing. Or it's not yet aware of that very thing. It's aware of many things. All right, maybe it's not aware of the fact that, do you mean that a break in the break plus fast, that's going to sound differently? Yes, that's what I'm saying. So this break here will now sound as break, like you have an egg. So this is break fast. So if you have not had a breakfast, you can go do that. So you can you imagine? Does it make sense to you that, oh, can I have my breakfast? It's break fast, but it doesn't make any sense. Break, whether you call it breakfast now, it's written the same way. But when you have it plus fast, it's called breakfast. Now, it doesn't mean that when you have it as a compound word, if you have it in the form of this one, this is breakdown. So it doesn't look like, oh, anytime, maybe when that break is in the form of a compound word, that's when we pronounce it as break. No, this one now is still breakdown. You see, it doesn't just make any sense. This is the breakdown, but why is that one breakfast? Well, of course, that's just what it is. When we get to the test of oral class, I'm telling you, you're going to learn a lot of stuff there. But remember, it's nothing. So if you have your friends who are not pronouncing anything correctly, remember, it doesn't make you any way intelligent. You're just aware. And someone made you to be aware of that. So you just need to make them to be aware of it. Nothing more, nothing less. All right, look at this last one. Then we'll go back to our knowledge of words. Look at say, and look at this one. Does it make any sense to you? Sincerely, it doesn't make sense to me. And that's why I'm not really bothered when my students, I just try to make them to be aware. It doesn't sound to me like you didn't pronounce it correctly. How should I have pronounced that word correctly? Does it even make any sense? Now look at what you have here. I mean, this is almost the same. S-A-Y-S-A-Y-S. I mean, this looks like, if I ask all of you now, or most of you, at least about maybe 70% would say, this is say now and says now, say, because you have the S-A-Y-S-A-Y-S-A-Y, say, says. But if I tell you that the one here is not even A, this one is now pronounced as A, as you have it in egg. Says. She says she's busy. So this is says. Why this one is say? Where is the common sense? You see, pronunciation could be very terrible. So the best thing is, if you're made aware of it, you can make the next person to be aware of it. All right, so that's it. So we have says. She says she's busy, and not she says she's busy. Meanwhile, they say they are busy. S-A-Y is say. S-A-Y-S is says. I don't know if that makes sense to you. It may not make sense because the language itself doesn't make sense. It's crazy, but very interesting. As crazy as it is, it's novel. And when you say something is novel, it means it's interesting. All right, thank you. I think we've had a beautiful 1 hour section trying to talk to you about words. Now we can go back to our presentation. We actually veered off. I came here to talk to you to tell you why the English language has got so many ways and they're still building. So it doesn't look like the English language has stopped building ways. It's still building because it already has a system in place, and the system in place allows it to keep coming up with words. It can borrow words. It can, create new words. It can clip. It can blend, etc., etc. All right. So let's see the next thing we have in our presentation. So the next thing we have in this presentation is what we call word grading. You say I pronounce it word, even though I know that word is pronounced as word. Some of them were actually used to them and trying to pronounce it correctly. Sometimes just say, okay, except you're just trying to be intentional about it. All right, so this is word. Word grading. Words are gradable. When you say something is gradable, it means you can say this one is 4, this one is 10, this one is hard, this one is difficult, or this one is easy. That's it. Words are gradable. You can't imagine saying to a grade 1 student, a grade 1 student is a year 1 student, a primary 1 student, There's an infemo, run. What? A grade one, a primary one, a basic one. There's an infernal run. Wow. The child may run, but the child is not running because he understood infernal. The child is running because he understood the word run. You see, so words are in their grades. So technically, there are 3 layers of words. We call them tiers of words. So we have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Or layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. So you have the basic, the high frequency, the advanced or technical. All right, so be informed that UTME is a test on tier 2 and 3. You are tested on the basic. You are tested on the high frequency, words that are frequently used, and also words that are advanced. And if you think about your dictionary, it's called advanced learners. Advanced. So which simply means that's where your words are coming from. All right, so you are tested on tier 3 words. And if you're tested on tier 3 words and also on tier 2 words, you cannot afford to go into that exam just thinking, oh, God will help me. Oh, God, any word that comes, just help me. No. You can't do that, all right? I understand we could be very dismissive, when it comes to knowledge. We could be very dismissive. Instead of embracing the rigor, the challenge, the pain of learning, we rather prefer to, just leave it over to God, leave it over to faith, that God will help me, it's time, and all of those things. But we need to change that mindset. All right, so this journey is 75%. Wow. This means you can't afford not to get familiar with these 2 levels of words. This journey is 75% yours. Only you can determine how many words you wish to learn. In this preparation section and after the exam, we can determine the number of words you can learn. It's you. Because before, some people will say, oh, that the teacher didn't teach us many words. Say sincerely, who needs to teach you all of those things? Does anybody teach you when to take your breakfast? So why should someone be the one to tell you when to go learn about words? Does someone tell you where to go get food? Why should someone tell you where to go get words? You already know where you can get the words from. So it's just a matter of somebody is committed and someone is uncommitted. Or someone is devoted and the other person is undevoted. All right, that's just what it means. So 75% of this journey is yours. If you're devoted, now, like I said, we're going to be rolling out 40 words challenge. We need to learn these 40 words every week. Now, if you think about these 40 words, most likely some of them you've even known them. So they might not even come as 40 for you anymore. They could just be 20, depending on the number of words you have learned. All right, but I'm going to put those 40 words together. We'll send it to the group. Okay, we call them wall words. You can paste these words on your wall, and they are the words we hope you'll be able to learn. And in the next section, we're going to take a quiz on them, all of them. So if you have learned them, you're going to benefit from them. If you haven't, there's nothing we can basically do, all right? Sometimes you don't know why people don't learn, but there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to accept, well, they don't learn. There's nothing we can do, all right? Because they know they should learn. So if they're not learning, why are they not learning? We don't know. And we don't just know. All right. So synonyms. This is very easy. These are words with almost the same meaning. This is because there are no 2 words that absolutely mean the same thing, honestly. There are no 2 words, and that's why synonym is words that almost, they have almost the same meaning. There are no 2 words that mean the same thing, absolutely. Absolutely, there are no words. So I'll need you guys to unmute now. Look at all of these words. All these words refer to money. Tell me, which one are you going to explain? There are about 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 11. There are 11 words here, and all of them refer to money. So can you see? They are all synonyms, but they do not mean the same. They do not mean the same thing, but they have almost the same meaning. Money, they are all money related. But where to use dividend is not where to use honorarium, and that's not where to use royalty, salary, revenue, capital, profit, bonus, expenditure, damages, dilapidations. All right, each one of them has its own proper context. But of course, JAM has saved your back, Eddie. JAM doesn't care. JAM is just asking you, can you please just choose the one that is almost, and that has almost the same meaning. At another standard level exam, in fact, you will get all of this are the stuff you're going to get as options. Words that mean the same thing, that have almost the same meaning. It will now be left to you to tell, oh, capital means money, but what kind of money is that? Expenditure means money. What kind of? So there's another level of test, all right? So above JAM, there are other exams that are more technical. More technical. Yeah, other exams that are more technical. All right. So you can please use the mic. Let's start with Choma, Eniola, Suzanne, Akiwali, Titi, or last, Stephanie, Chinoso, Benita, Confidence, Isholo, Aferami. I think I have all of these names. In case I don't have the name, please you can just help me type it out. Okay, so I'm able to pick it. I have all of these names. All right, we can unmute. So which one do you want to explain? You can pick any two you like and tell us the difference. There are 11 of them. You can pick any two. Okay, I want to pick revenue and capital. I know the difference. I want to pick royalty and this one. I know the difference. All right, let's start.
Okay.
Yeah, Benita, go ahead. No, is it? We're not going to capital. What was the all these words? They all have almost the same meaning. All these words, dividend, honorarium. Okay, maybe I need to snipe it. Just for a minute.
Please, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Who is talking to us, please? I can hear you. Hello. Did you get a question? Ishelu, are you there? Hello, Ishelu. Hello.
Hello, sir.
All right. So can you? So which one of them? I just want you to go in pair. Like pick any two. All these words have
Hello,
almost the
sir.
same
Okay,
meaning.
I'll take
Okay.
damages and profits.
Okay. She's going to take damages and profit. Okay. Tell us what's the difference.
Damages is just like a money paid for compensation of a loss,
Mm-hmm.
while profits is a money gained from maybe investing in something or buying or selling something in a business, yes, or in a trade, like the gain.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So who goes? Pick another two. Who comes? Confidence, Benita. Who comes? Fair on me. Think of any two you like to go.
Salary and capital.
Okay. Capital and what, please?
Salary.
Okay. So what's the difference?
Salary is like what you earn, someone earn at the end of it is a daily earning or weekly or maybe monthly. Why
Mm-hmm.
capital is something that you have in hand to start a business.
Okay, thank you. So you see, four gone. We can see damages has a different meaning, slightly different from salary, slightly different from capital, slightly different from profit. All right, who goes again? We still have more words.
I remember.
Yeah,
Okay,
Hello, sir.
yeah, I can hear you. I
Okay,
Okay.
think,
so I'll be going for revenue and expenditure.
okay, all
So
right, thank you.
revenue
So,
is the money received by a person or business, while expenditure is money spent by a person or business.
thank you, thank you. All right, so
okay,
I think,
sir.
okay, Suzanne, yeah,
Sir. I said dividend and honorarium.
okay,
The dividend is a proportion of a company profit paid to shareholders,
okay,
while honorarium is a payment given to someone for their services.
okay, and yeah. If you pay, okay. What about royalty? So who goes for the last one? Now we have royalty. Oh, we still have more. Okay, so we have this, and we have this. So
Sir, please, what the question, sir?
All right, Chilo, so we're just trying to pick two ways. All of these ways, they're all synonyms. We're trying to say that you are only asked to choose whether they're similar in meaning. Whether they're similar in meaning. Those are the stuff you're asked to do. Whether they're similar in meaning. And all of these
Okay.
words are similar in meaning. So what we're trying to find a slight difference between them. All right. All of those that I've highlighted, we have actually talked about them. Yeah. The brilliant minds have helped us make sense of them. All right. So I need you. We're looking at royalty, dilapidations, and bonus. So who helps with the last one?
So I'll go with royalty and bonus.
Okay, go ahead.
The royalty is the money paid to the owner of a property or something, while bonus is the money given as a reward for doing something.
Okay, I think bonus, the definition of bonus makes sense. But royalty, did you say for doing something? Basically, royalty comes from a service, especially maybe, in fact, it's even authors. Authors that in most cases get royalty. Not only authors, people would, people who have put up a mental work. If you have a mental work, for example, you have books, think about record, like you have some tracks of songs, you can get royalty. You have your work that is coming from your mind. Okay, product from the mind, mental product. So you are paid royalty. All right. Guess what? Nobody's talking to me about dilapidations. And that's something interesting you're going to learn. All right. See, what you're going to learn now is that, do you know that, I don't know whether that is true for all of you guys, but if you stay in Lagos, I know that is true. I don't know if you stay in, okay, maybe we're going to ask, the show like that is true in Oshun and people from other places. Maybe very soon I'm going to ask you guys to tell me where you actually have this section from. All right, but in Lagos, I'm familiar with that. I stay in Lagos. I know when you want to secure a property, I'm not saying when you want to buy, when you want to, maybe you want to move to a new house, you want to relocate. You're going to pay, there's what they call agreement and commission, damages. Who's familiar with those concepts? You want to get a new house, they talk about agreement, they talk about commission, they talk about damages. Who's familiar with these three terms? Doesn't anybody stay in Lagos? Okay, Stephanie is familiar with that. Who again is familiar with this? Now, this thing happens in Lagos. If you want to get a new house, you have to pay them agreement. I don't know what that goes for, but it's very expensive and crazy. You have to pay them commission, also crazy. You have to also pay them what they call damages, also crazy. So you pay agreement, you pay commission, you pay damages. In fact, in recent times, what we know here is, I need to pay that. Somebody's talking to us. What we know here is agent money and landlord money. Oh, where is that? Which part of Nigeria is that? Oh, Enugu, yeah, thank you. Oh, agent money and landlord money. So you guys don't pay what they call damages. Okay, Titi Lola, where do you stay? Titi hasn't talked to us. Kinwale, how about you? Is it where do you base yourself?
Akwa Ibom State.
Oh, Akwa. Wow. So what do you experience? Somebody needs to relocate, wants to get a new house. I mean, are you aware of the kind of money you guys they pay over there?
To caretakers?
Yes.
I think so. I think I've heard of it.
Okay. Now, all right, thank you. What I was saying in essence is, you see this word, damages. This is the word we get to hear in Lagos. You have to pay these three fees. You pay agreement, you pay commission, then you pay damages. Now, for these damages, this is the problem. You see, and that is mind of grammar here now. These damages, This is not the money they actually wanted. They actually meant this one, dilapidations. Both of them refer to money, but the word damages is more common. In fact, that's what I don't know. Maybe just a few people are now aware. All right, I'm just aware of this too. I think I became aware of this word in less than 7 days ago. All right, because I do research my dictionary. Yeah, sometimes I read my dictionary. I'm just trying to learn about the usage of words because I do know that a lot of words that we don't use them correctly. And no one is going to sit you down to tell you, like I've mentioned, it's okay when people don't use this language correctly. It's about awareness. They are not aware. Nothing more, nothing. So you guys are going to believe in this section with an awareness. For example, your aware is called story. Your aware is called breakfast. You see, your aware is called says. If you not hear someone say that, it doesn't make you more. You're just aware. All right. I'm aware now, and you might have some English teachers, quite a large number of them, who are not aware. Wow, so this is it. Sincerely, I'm not better than they are. It's just about I'm aware. I just told you I came into this knowledge in less than 7 days ago, and it was a personal research. I read my dictionary randomly. Sometimes I just pick my dictionary 2 hours. I'm reading. I'm trying to see some of the words we know. Is that what the word we think of them? Is that what it is, or we just grew up, we learned the wrong one? And I found this dilapidation in my research. Dilapidations is the money you pay in case you damage property. Damages is the money you pay after you have damaged it. You cannot ask me to pay damages. I've not lived in this house for kind of long. I'm just coming in. I've not spent an hour in the house, and you're asking for damages. Have I destroyed the house? And damages are actually awarded by the court. So who said I should pay damages? And for the damage I've caused. What damage have I caused? What destruction have I caused? I have caused nothing. I've not damaged anything. And you're asking for damages. So you shouldn't be asking for damages. You should be asking for dilapidations. In case I destroy something, that's why we're collecting this money. All right, because there are some very bad tenants. I mean, they mess things up before they eventually vacate that place. But that's pronounced vacate. You see, so sometimes even when we pronounce them, it's not because we're not aware of the right one. We're also used to a common one. You know, it's vacate, they call it. But that doesn't make any sense. Why should I be vacate? Well, it's vacate, they call it correctly. All right. So that's before you vacate that apartment. So that's the money, dilapidations. So dilapidations are, because it's a plural word, dilapidations are what you pay in case you damage anything. All right. Damages, also a plural word. Damages are what you pay because you have done the deed, because you have done the damage already. And that's the difference between them. All right. So I hope you have learned something. I said, oh, good. Oh, Paul. I think I just saw Paul for the first time. Yeah. Okay, thank you, guys. So, and that tells you guys to see if I just learned that. What about if it were just if another English teacher that made it be aware of that, and then you asked me, I said, oh, I didn't know. You say, but it's an English teacher. I mean, this thing it's beyond that. It's beyond that. You have to keep researching. You have to keep researching, and when you find, you add it to what you know. Okay, and just like I've mentioned, it doesn't make me better off than other language tutors. I'm just aware of it, and what they're aware of it, that's it. All they need to know is this one or this one, and Shifini. All right, so thank you. So we'll go back to our presentation, still talking to you about the power of words. I think right now we'll be approaching our first quiz. Don't forget, the lesson is about you taking words seriously, and I've been trying to talk to you about, words are very interesting, they are gradable, and do not think that when we say words are synonymous, they actually mean they have the same meaning. No, their meanings are only close. Okay, so we can see how close the meaning of the word damages and dilapidations are. And that's the same thing for bride price and dowry, because both of them are very close. I mean, we misuse them too. Okay, all right. So antonyms, there's no problem about that. It's just about the opposite word. But then you have to be very careful too, because if you rely on preposition to recognize your antonym, you may be wrong. How do you feel? Look at all of these words. Do you think they are word and opposite? Famous, infamous? You think they are word and opposite? valuable, invaluable, flammable, inflammable. I mean, guess what? All these words mean the same thing. When you say something is famous, it also means it's infamous, but with a slight difference. It is not the opposite. It doesn't mean it's no longer being famous. It is still famous. When you say something is valuable, it is also invaluable. Or you say something is invaluable, it means it's still valuable. It only means something a little bit different, a little bit. And when you say something is inflammable, it doesn't mean it is the opposite of flammable. When you say something is flammable, it is also inflammable. That means it's combustible. Both of them mean the same thing. So it's not about when you say flammable, it's the opposite. The opposite is not inflammable. Both of them mean the same thing. Famous, infamous, they mean the same thing. The only difference is you are famous for something good, you are infamous for something bad. When something is valuable, it's precious. When something is invaluable, it's infinite. It's precious in a way that you cannot just even calculate it. All right, it's valuable, you can still estimate it, very important. But when it's invaluable, it's really important in a way that you cannot even put words to it. All right, so flammable, inflammable, both of them means when something is combustible. All right, so I think we're learning intelligent ways. We're almost running up. Intelligent ways to build words. You can build words through gamification. How many of us play vocabulary game? You can use your mic now. And which app do you use? How many of us play vocabulary game? I'm sure you're familiar with that game. It just gives you the words, it gives you the option, then you click. If you get it correctly, it shows green. If you get it wrong, it shows red. You move to the next question. How many of us play vocabulary game?
I do play word cookies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And do you learn words through that medium?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, you should learn words. Okay, who again is talking to us? So that was Stephanie. She has told us she plays a gamified, she learns through a gamified means. Yeah, who again? Benita, are you there? I'm not sure about Veronique talked to us. Isholua, I think I've always called you. She knows to think about the voice. Titi Ola, I'm not sure about you speak in this section. Yeah, Vada Kimwale says something about Shema about Susan. Eniola, have you also talked to us? I'm not sure. All right, Eniola, if you're there, can you use your mic? Just very simple. Do you play vocabulary game? Do you? And if you do, which one do you? Do you do? Or maybe she's not there.
I play Wordscapes.
Okay, thank you. All right, we again. Let's just ensure we really take all these, take advantage of all these opportunities. All right, so that's been.
Word wall.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Yes, Susanna, I can hear you.
Like word curse.
Okay, thank you.
Like
All
word
right.
curse.
Oh, thank you. All right, so you can take it up on some of these games. They're really here. And you can also learn words through contextualization. When you're reading, you just find a word. Word wall, like the one I proposed. Word wall, we just give you the words. You write it down in the way you like. Place it somewhere in your room. I have mine. And you're wondering, I'm a teacher. Yeah, I'm a teacher. I'm telling the way to come to you is the way to come to me. I'm not just going to sleep and say, oh, because I'm a PhD student in English, then it's just going to come. It's not going to come. If I need it, I have to go for it. The same pain, the same level, the same way you learn it, the same way I'm going to learn it. So it's possible you have a word. I say, oh, you know the name of this word, I don't know it. I don't know it. The words are many. Oh, then what is it? I've learned it. Since you have mentioned it now, I've learned it. It becomes my new word. Okay. So you have to be intentional about this. And I'm telling you about this word. I have it too in my room. All right, look at it. I have my, in fact, I have, oh, this is not it. I think the book is a little bit far from here. This is where I label my words, but I think it's somewhere there. Let me see. Just wait a minute. I'm going to share it to you. Okay. All right. I don't know if you can see this. This is thematic vocabulary. It's my notebook. This is just systems. This is mine. So you can imagine. And does it mean I don't know? I mean, I know I have quite a robust knowledge of words, but have I learned? Have I learned them all? Of course not. All right. Do I know up to 70% of the words? Maybe, maybe not. What about the other 30%? Aren't they words? Are they not learnable? Why should I learn them? You see, I have my own book too. When I'm reading, and like you told you, I do research of the dictionary. When I'm researching this dictionary, oh, this word, I don't know what it means. I write it down. That's the way it comes. There are no two ways. It's not going to come easy. It's just going to come by that kind of being intentional. I want to learn words. I want to know more words. Then you start a journey. It's not a lazy journey. It's not a wish-washing, I'm just praying. I want to pray. I will learn. These people that, it's nothing. It's what you can do. All right, maybe you're not yet being serious about it, but once you make it a business, you're going to learn a lot of words. So we have self-diary. You saw the self-diary. You can get also, this looks like my own diary. I also have my journal there. Okay, this looks like a diary for me, You have broad literature reading. When you're reading articles, read, whatever you read, you can find a lot of words. Same way, like this morning, while we're having this class, some of you can put yourself up in a team. Yes, I put up, I remember why, many years ago, I did that with some of my friends while we're preparing for UTME, and I will never forget that. I will never. All right, on the day of the exam, so regularly we have a practice. We just try to play with words. It's a team, my friends, my childhood friends. Okay, and it was on a Friday. On Saturday when we went for the exam, I remember coming across 3 words that I learned from my friends in the course of just sharing words together. Sincerely, that's the way it works. You can form a team. All right, or maybe you can form a team. You can even ask. Maybe I'm going to ask Mr. Luka to do something about that, where you guys can come share words or allow this way to drop it there for everybody to pick. Yeah, we can create something like that where we drop words for everybody to pick. So that's it, and you don't have to care about who picks it or who doesn't pick it up. That's not your job. You've done your job. You've dropped it. You've picked it up yourself. Like I said, why people don't do the right thing, we don't know, and we don't even. I mean, why should we know? Well, if they know they're supposed to learn words and they're not learning, so what should we do about that? They know they should, and they're not. So what do we do? Nothing. We just have to leave them until they think it's important to do. So that's the way it works, all right? And so once I put a word wall, I create it, I send it to you. You see, I've just shown you that I'm not this kind of art press teacher. I'm not that teacher that you have to do. No, I'm not that kind of art press teacher. I believe in, let's talk about how important this thing is to you. Let's get to see it together, and we'll come to an agreement to say, the knowledge of words is really powerful in my exam. It's going to help. It's really powerful in my exam. It's going to help me in my lexis, synonym, antonyms, symbol interpretation. Oh, and it's also going to help me in other exams. It's going to help me when I get to the university and I'm writing. I will need the knowledge of some of these words. When I go for an interview, I will need all. So if you know it's a lifetime thing, all right. So we can just advise you. You see, you have to learn it. But then if you not choose not to learn, what can we do? We just wish you the best. So regular quiz would also help. Past exam papers, like wasn't Shalwa that told us she learned about past applications in a UTME paper. See, you have to foray your books. All right, quiz 1. Check your vocabulary. And here we go. So be informed that all the words are high frequency words. They are words you come across, in an exam. And interestingly, all these ones have been cut from your past question paper. I got them all from a past question paper. All right, from time, as the time progresses, I will show you some of the material. You will see the hard work I've also put into this. All right, that's just the only way it can come. All right, so be informed that all these words are high frequency words. They are not to be done with. The likelihood of their presence is high. The chances of having them are very high. Guess what? They have all been carefully selected from the UTME English past question papers. They're all there. Not something like, oh, what about if I don't get to see aghast? You see, the possibility is there, and why not just learn about them? The options are in excess. Do not use any option twice. So everyone is going to get busy. Fill in the gaps with the right word that matches the definition. All right, but foremost, you have to pledge to us that, there'll be no cheating. Please just do your best. There's nothing about it. You don't have to impress us with 11 over 11. Just do it. All right. And instead of using a phone, using a dictionary, don't do all of those things. All right. You're not impressing anyone. There's no an award attached to it. We're just trying to check our vocabulary. Nothing more, nothing less. Just to check our vocabulary this afternoon. All right. So you can start. So what do you do? Number one, write your answer. Number two, write your answer. Three, write your answer. When you're done, I will allow one of you to read your answers. And let's see if you guys will all agree with the person. And let's see where you're going to have your debates. And that's it. So if you know what to do, please, you can just type active, and that means you're on it. So this is class exercise. We know you know what to do. You have understood the class exercise. Just type active. Active tells me, okay, I'm on mute, I'm active, I understood everything, and I'm working on it. Oh, thank you, Paul. All right, so is it that we say it or I don't know? No, you don't have to say it. Just get your own paper and your pencil. All right, number one, encourage or stir up violence. Which word means to stir up violence? Look at it and write it. Number one. If it is bogus, you just write number one, bogus, you move to number two. That's what you're doing. All right, so only Paul has just indicated he understood what to do. So the others, can you please let's know if I need to restate this? Okay, yeah, Stephanie, yeah, Akinwale, yeah, Titi Lola, thank you. All right, so yeah, Benita too, thank you. Yeah, busy, thank you. Yeah, confidence, thank you too, thank you. All right, so let's get busy. And yeah, Suzanne, thank you. So we have 11 questions. Let's work on them, and we'll just check. Oh, no, no, no. Eze, please don't use it. If you're going to use a dictionary, then you're not checking. Just check your vocabulary. I mean, you just want to, just like you want to check your weights. You're going to be honest about it. Just to know, okay, I got, that's okay. It doesn't even matter even if you got two. At least you now know that these words exist and I can learn them now. Okay, you've never seen some of the words, that's okay. All right, so that means for you, you can just try, say, okay, fine, I've never seen them, but I just want to guess. That's also okay. By the end of the day, you're going to learn their meanings. Like I've told you, all of these words have been extracted from your past question paper, which simply means JAM has used it to test people. And if you're familiar with the past question paper, they repeat their options. So they might be bringing them back. Oh, really? Really? Wow. Really? Okay, wait a minute. Where is it? Now, apologies if you're still working on that one. Just for a minute. I could see the comments, a lot of people finding those ways um, very novel, coming across them maybe for the first time. Now, if you look at what you have here, unfortunately, I didn't include the reference. The reference means maybe the year, maybe this is 2018, question this, but all of these stuffs, all right, they are all from a past question paper. I do a lot of research. So what I did was I collated all the ways, all the synonyms and the antonyms in your past question paper. I did this research a long time ago, and I did bother to update it because I've even left the UTME class for some time. I think I've left the UTME class for about 5 years. I wasn't into that. I was into private teaching, teaching certificate exams, preparing students for certificate exam like what you call IETS, TOEFL, SAT, GRE, um, self-PEEP, all those kind of exams. I focus more on them, and into private teaching, tutoring, and all of those things. Okay. In fact, I would have actually upgraded these material to to contain questions from maybe 2026, 25. But I think the last time I did this could be 2020. So I'm not sure I have questions on 2021 there. But I covered it from the beginning to the end. So everything you have here is quite easily a past question paper. Incessant is there as a question. But what I did was I didn't, because I typed this myself at that point, I didn't write the whole story. I just threw the word, okay, there's a need to understand the meaning of the word is censored, and those were the options. I didn't tamper with the options. I extracted the word and I, established all the options. Okay, the only thing I didn't do, of course, in your own exam, it's going to come in the form of a sentence, one short sentence, and the word is underlined or in bold. I mean, I didn't have to go through that. I mean, that would have been too much for me. So what I did was I extracted the word and then extracted the options. All right, because this one has options, let's see whether you can try this one or like the other one. So maybe we'll allow you to go work on the other one. So in case you'll be working on the other one, you can just put a pause on it for now. At least let's allow a lot of people to be able to make choices. The way it's going to appear in the UTME, you're going to have the choices. So you can actually say, okay, using the elimination method, so to speak, the maths, the maths for words. The math for words. You look at the word and say, this one is there. No, it doesn't look like this. This is out. So you are able to, at the end of the day, you may guess correctly. All right. So let's attempt this question. Let's just do only 1 to 10. At least we have the option. So for this one, just write letters. Number 1, A, number 2, B, stuff like that. So apologies for changing the quiz. The other one will be sent to the platform. In fact, this material will be sent to the platform, the one I used. So you can revise that too. I keep a copy, sort of a copy, and then you can go back to watch the video. If it's not too long for you, because it's 2 hour section, and that's a bit long. All right, Shodo, are you on the new one? 1 to 10. A B C D, A B C D, A B C D. Karomi, are you guys
Yes.
working? Students, yeah, thank you. Everybody just get work. Thank you. Yeah, Paul, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Suzanne. And Ola Kinwale, yes, thank you. You guys should be working. ABCD, 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 ABCD. And once you're done, please type in done, done. Once we have 5 downs, let's take the correction, and most likely we might find the section. So once you're done, just type done. Maybe once we have 5 downs, like I've mentioned, or 6, we just take the correction and then wish everybody the best. So, are we finding it difficult or what? I can't see the dons at all. Wow. Now we have options, just A, B, C, D. Oh, sorry. I can't see all the dons. One, wow, okay. Confidence is true. Succeed is true. Okay. I think we've got about 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 people. Um, well, I think we may just need to take the answers so we leave. All right. After it's an opportunity to learn. So thank you very much for participating. We're going to, I'm going to share the answers now. All right. So all I'm asking you to do is make these words your words. If I've come across them for the first time, If you have guessed, that's all okay. But until they become yours, they are not yours. And everybody knows when something is not yours, it's really, 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 really um, terrible. So anyone can disappoint you, anyone can deal with you unless you make it your own. So please make all these words your own. I've made them mine. I understand their meanings. And so please, you can make them yours today also. All right, so thank you. Incessant. This means this is frequent, favorable. This is encouraging. Aghast. This is dismayed. Jaunty. This is cheerful. Dodo. This is easy. Lustful. This is covetous. Fermenting. This is inciting. Gather. This is collect. Severe. This is break. Derogatory. This is unsavory. You see, I did everything in a minute or so. This is the same thing that happens if you make yourself, if you allow yourself to master words. You just realize that, why some people will complain, oh, the time is insufficient. I'm telling you, it is. It's just the knowledge of the words, that you've not really done enough to acquire the meanings of words. All right, so I have it. I'm going to forward everything to the group WhatsApp. I mean, just a breakdown of my allies. And mind you, you're also going to have, what's it called? I'm trying to get everything. Mind you, you're also going to, wait, oh no, I'm trying to send this to our WhatsApp. I'm already done with this section. Mind you, you also have the opportunity to watch the video again and again, not just once. Yeah, to watch the video again and again, please do. So I'm sending everything to the group WhatsApp now, all the highlights. I think they already have. You may decide to, while watching the video, you may need to, if there's a need for you to fast forward, please do. All right, and just make sure you get something from it. Okay. Where is it? All right, so has anyone got some questions? We're done with this section. I'm just trying to send this to your WhatsApp. Okay. All right. I think it's on the group WhatsApp now. So thank you for coming. We wish everyone a very blessed time ahead of them. The English language comes just once in a week. So I'm going to see you 11 a.m. next week. Meanwhile, please expect to have the wall words, on the WhatsApp page, so you can allow yourself to learn about 40 questions. Thank you for coming once again. All right, I don't know if you've got some questions, and I hope you like this section, and I hope this section has also blessed you. Hope you have learned some stuffs. Oh, thank you. Okay, yes, you can talk to, you can actually talk to the coordinator. It could be for a reason of space, but you can actually talk to them. Let's see what they can do about it. All right, thank you guys. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna end the recording now, and we wish everybody the best. All right, thank you. So I'm gonna see you next week by 11 a.m. Do your best to be available. Yeah, do your best to be available. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, thank you. See you in the next section. All right. Bye.